if I want to write a polynomial function in standard form with these zeros, the first thing I want to do is write it in intercept or factored form before I get to standard form. So if I know these are my zeros, let's write it in factored form. There's 3 zeros. So here is an option, a possible equation. There are multiple possibilities, but this is the one I'm going to write. Y equals, I don't care about my a value. My a value could be anything because I'm not knowing what it is. But I do know it crosses at 1. So wouldn't that mean I would put x minus 1, the opposite of 1? Wouldn't that be one of my factors? And then I know I also cross at negative 2. So wouldn't that mean I do the opposite of negative 2? So wouldn't that be a positive 2? Lastly, I know it crosses at 3. So wouldn't the opposite of that be a negative 3? That is a possible equation. It could be many others. Could I square one of these? Yeah, it would still hit that 0. But let's make it simple. Let's make the simplest one possible and now convert it to standard form. All right, so let's FOIL this out. It doesn't matter which one we choose first. I'm going to FOIL these two first. It doesn't matter which ones. I'm going to choose the second two. So I'm going to multiply this times this times this, that times that, and that times that. And what we'll end up with is y equals x minus 1. And then you have x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. And do you notice how those are going to combine? Now, to FOIL this, and again, I'm going to use the box. For the next step, I'm going to use the box. You don't have to use the box. I just like it. It's nice and neat. When you have more than just a 2 by 2, I tend to go with a box. This is going to be x minus 1, and this one's going to be x squared. What do you get when you combine those? Is that negative x? So won't this be negative x right here? It's negative x, and then we have minus 6. Any questions? Hopefully we're okay. We simplified this, put it on top, put this on the side. Now we got to fill this in like a multiplication table. So here we go. X times x squared is x to the third. Negative 1 times x squared is negative 1x squared. X times negative x is negative x squared. Negative 1 times negative x is positive x. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. And lastly, negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. Do you see any of the boxes combining? I do. Don't those combine right there? And also, don't these combine? Always look for combining terms. So let's write this in standard form, because that's what they're asking for. We did all this just to get to standard form. The x cubed, so this is a third degree polynomial, I can see. Highest power is 3. When I combine negative x squared and negative x squared, that becomes not positive. Negative 2x squared. And when I combine the x and the negative 6, negative 5x, and that last little 6. There is my standard form. That right here is my factored form. That's my standard form. You can see it's a third degree polynomial. If I were to sketch this, let's make a quick sketch. Just a quick sketch. Let's try it out. Do we know our zeros from the original question? You hopefully know your zeros from the original question. So my zeros are 1, negative 2, and 3. So we know my zeros are 1, -2, and 3. And I know it's a third degree positive a value. For my example, it's a positive a value. Could I have chosen negative a value? Yeah. We didn't choose a negative. I kept it easy, so my a value is positive. So can you tell if it's a cubic and a positive a value, can you tell it kind of goes like this? So hopefully you can tell it's going to hit that, go through that 0, go through that 0, and go through that 0. That little jaggedness is bad. Oh man, I'm messing it up worse. I should just let it be. Oh boy. Okay. Something like that. All right. Find the zeros and state the multiplicity of the multiple zeros. So, can you tell your zeros are right here? There's 3 of them. So my zeros, it's a pretty quick question actually. My zeros are x equals, all right, what's the opposite of -2? So that's +2. The opposite of 7 is -7. And the opposite of -5 is? +5. Are any of these a multiple, meaning it has a squared on it? Which one has a multiple on it? The 5. So 5 is a multiple. There's an I there. Oops, running out of space, can't fit it. Multiple of 2. So 5 is a little special. It's a multiple of 2. The other ones are just, these two are going through. What is this one going to be doing? Bouncing off. So this 0 is a bounce off. These go through. What degree polynomial is this? Just for practice sake, can you tell this is a 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's write that down. This is a 4th degree polynomial. Are we okay with that? It's a 4th degree polynomial because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 of these. And it's negative a value, so it's upside down, right? So 4th degree, is that a letter M or a W? It's upside down, isn't that an M? So I want to look something like that. Let's make a sketch. Put our zeros and sketch it real quick. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's sketch it. Let me see. Put our zeros here. We have a -7. We have a 2. We have a 5. Is that right? And we just made a quick, we know it looks like this, right? So somehow it's to look like this. And which one's it bouncing off? The 5, right? So won't the 5 be the bounce? So it looks like this. So won't this hump over here be a bounce off the edge? That hump? So I know it's going to bounce off this. So let's think about how this might look. I know it has to go look like this. Ooh, that was terrible. Okay. Does that look right? Did it go through, and bounced? And does it kind of look like that? Like an M? A weird looking M? Kind of M-ish? All right, sweet. Did we have to do this part right here? No. I just want to keep practicing to make sure you understand what the degrees are, what it kind of looks like, and get practice.